They laughed.
No one in the world today could beat me.
They shouted.
I see myself knocking out Mike Tyson spectacularly, knocking him out. There's no way he's going to beat me. No way.
They called him a dwarf, saying he was too young, too small to ever be a champion. Each of them promised to destroy Tyson, painting themselves as the real monster. But when the lights went down and the fight began, everything changed. Their bravado disappeared, along with their confidence. Because standing across from them was Iron Mike.
Now with the right hand, the left hand. He's going to hang on, or he'll stop the fight. Down he goes.
And in this video, we'll show how those who tried to humiliate Tyson ended up as his victims. How arrogance and big talk turned into the most brutal punishments inside the ring. On October 9th, 1985, Mike Tyson entered the ring against the journeyman Donnie Long, who didn't show any respect before the fight and tried his hardest to get in his head. Even the craziest fans understood that the chances of a win were comparable to the chances of a snowman not melting in the Sahara Desert. But the boxer continued to dig a hole for himself, picturing how he will fight against Mike in the center of the ring. But in the ring, Long was waiting to play the part of the lamb prepared for the slaughter. The fight lasted 1 minute 28 seconds. On May 20th, 1986, Iron faced perhaps the most hated opponent of his career, Mitch Green, a promising boxer with a very strong amateur career. Was a former member of a Brownsville street gang that feuded with a gang that Tyson was a member of during his high school years. The atmosphere before their fight was tense to the limit. The cocky prospect was not shy and even promised to kill Mike in the ring. But in the ring, all of Green's cockiness evaporated literally after the first missed blow. Feeling the strength of his opponent, Mitch stopped even thinking about winning and completely focused on survival. At some point, Mike began to mock his opponent, dancing in front of him with his hands down and easily dodging rare blows, after which he exploded with a series of punches. To be honest, Tyson did not even try to knock out the arrogant opponent, but calmly scored points in the total domination. And after running throughout the fight, Green managed to reach the final gong, and victory by unanimous decision of the judges went to the magnificent Mike.
Tyson there, good uppercut. Look at the uppercut. And now we see Mitch Green. He landed with a good uppercut there. That was a good attempt with that right hand for Tyson. And now we see Mitch Green. He landed with a good uppercut 4 or 5 times. And Tyson, for the first time, seems a little bit puzzled. Well, he's smiling. Tyson is smiling, but see, Green has those fast hands. Green just trying to tie Tyson up. And a couple of good shots by Mitch Green. His best rally of the fight right here. Look here, he's caught Tyson 4 or 5 times. And Tyson put a... There's his right hand, hold behind the head, which he allows those... Here again.
On January 22, 1988, the 21-year-old Tyson fought the most famous opponent of his career, legendary Larry Holmes, who after two unexpected defeats to Michael Spinks ended his career, agreed to enter the ring against the young lion. A $3 million fee and a small opportunity to become the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world quickly convinced the 38-year-old veteran to accept Don King's offer and return to big boxing after a 2-year break. Realizing that fee wasn't a gift, Larry tried to stir up the interest of the public before the fight with big statements, speaking disparagingly about the future opponent. He claimed that there was absolutely nothing special about Mike, and that he would clearly show to everyone the real level of the young champion. To prepare after such a long break and at quite an old age for such a dangerous opponent is not an easy task. Being not in the most optimal shape, Holmes decided that his skills and experience would be enough to win against Iron Mike. Or maybe he simply decided to make money. Once in the same square of the ring with Tyson, the veteran wasn't himself, and his jab and good footwork were only sporadically noticeable. Mike was superior to the opponent. First of all, in speed. He closed the distance with lightning speed, evading his opponent's attacks, and shook the veteran with his blows. Larry was able to withstand the furious onslaught of the champion for only 3 full rounds. And in the 4th came the end. 3 times Tyson sent his opponent to the floor of the ring, and after the 3rd fall, the referee, Joe Cortez, gave the go-ahead to stop the fight.
And down goes the former champion. He was nailed right on the button. The count is up to 6. I don't know if he's going to be able to survive this round. He's definitely hurt. His legs are gone. And in comes Mike. There was a big right hand. Larry's nailed again. Down he goes. I don't know if he'll be able to continue. It's up to 4 and 5. His eyes are clear. 7. How do you feel? It's up to 7 and 8. He's going to be able to continue. Tyson knows he has him in trouble. That was able to do it against Ronaldo Snipes. He goes with a big right hand from inside. There's the left. There's the right. Larry's ready to go again. He should be hanging on. Nail with the right hand, the left hand. He's going to hang on, or they'll stop the fight. Down he goes. Larry's hurt. It's all over. He is knocked out. He didn't even bother the count. It was a vicious right hand. It came like a bolt. We looked for it, and Larry got hurt. A big right hand ends the career.
Tyson is much better than I thought. His speed and punching technique are well developed. He is a real champion. The legendary veteran accepted his defeat with dignity. Mike was very flattered to hear this from such a great boxer, and he did not remain in debt, calling Holmes the best boxer with whom he had ever shared the ring. On February 25, 1989, Mike Tyson faced a rather serious test in the face of British puncher Frank Bruno, who already had experience in a championship fight, even though it was unsuccessful. The Briton did not show the slightest respect for his formidable opponent and assured the public of his victory. Moreover, by knockout. Before the fight against Iron, Bruno had an impressive record, winning 32 fights, of which 31 by knockout, and losing only 2 fights to the strong James Smith and Tim Witherspoon, and also had a winning streak of 4 wins. The most notable was the victory in the previous fight over former world title contender Joe Bugner, whom the Britons stopped in the 8th round. Already in the 1st round, Tyson sent the arrogant contender to the floor of the ring.
Bruno's already tagged with the right hand, and there goes Bruno for the first time in the fight. Bruno has all the pride of it.
But he managed to take a vertical position, bravely responding to his opponent with a blow for a blow. But even Frank's great resistance did not help him to even reach the half of the fight. In the 5th round, after a series of blows by Tyson, the fight was stopped. It is worth noting that Mike entered the ring with less than 2 weeks of normal training behind him.
Try to attack this guy. I don't think points will mean anything by the time this fight's over. But Frank Bruno is trying to make a fight of it. Now Frank comes very slowly across the ring. He knows he's in with a bull. Tyson gets nailed with a left hook. Tyson looks wobbly as he attacks Bruno. Bruno continues to throw. Tyson was caught and wobbled. Tyson looks clear, but he was caught by a shot by Frank Bruno. Tyson trying to fight back, and Bruno did catch him with a shot. That's the first time I've seen anything like Tyson staggered. Surprised Tyson by catching him in the first round. He's nailed again with that inside right hand. You see Frank continuing to hold with a left hand behind the head of Mike Tyson. Left hook to the body. Tyson attacks with a left of his own. The right hand catches Bruno. Left hook. Bruno looks ready to go. Now is when he's got to hang on. And he really pours in like a madman almost. Frank has got to start throwing that right hand. Bruno is caught by a right hand and a left hook. Bruno comes back and catches Tyson. This place seats about 8,000 or 9,000 here at the Hilton Hotel. Bruno was caught that time, and Tyson knows it. Tyson trying to attack now to finish him off. Tyson gives him room to come off the ropes. Scores with the uppercut, lands a big right hand. Bruno's in big trouble now. He's ready to go. He hits him with a right hand. Bruno trying to hang on as best he can. He's still in big trouble. The uppercut catches him. The right hand catches him. He's really being hit now. Blood coming from the nose. His eyes are puffy. A fighter cannot be saved by the bell as the big right hand lands. Tyson knows he's got him in big trouble. If he doesn't answer it, Richard Steele has moved in and has stopped the fight. It's all over. Michael Tyson wins on a 5th round.
Their paths crossed again after 7 long years. This time, Tyson entered the ring as a contender. This was Mike's 3rd fight after getting out of prison, and the career peak of the great champion had already passed. Frank Bruno, who defeated Oliver McCall in his last fight and took his WBC title, entered the ring in excellent physical condition. But, as before the first fight, it was his opponent who was considered to be the clear favorite. The Tyson-Bruno rematch happened on March 16, 1996. Tyson started the fight as if there was no break after their first fight, and the 6th round of that fight began. He started aggressively, and already in the first seconds he managed to land a powerful blow from the right. The champion stopped his opponent's aggression with the help of clinches, for which he received a fair note from the referee, and periodically hit well with a jab. But Mike was simply unstoppable that evening. In the middle of the round, he again forced his opponent to start going into the clinch, stunning with a powerful left hook. Mike looked much better than in the first fight, and at the end of the round, he again managed to stun Frank with his powerful punches.
Fight it out, okay? Now come on, let's go.
If he's going to throw that right hand, he's got his jab into Mike and throw the right hand into
the legs of Frank Bruno. That's the first one he felt the steam. He's not fighting offensively.
Right uppercut there by Bruno, but doing no damage.
Frank, concentrate on what we're doing.
That's not my job, mate.
Now, come on, you know you can win the fight.
nice counter right hand.
The 2nd round began with powerful hits from the challenger, which Bruno traditionally stopped with the help of clinches. This style of the champion began to frankly annoy everyone, although it was difficult to blame Bruno for such unworthy defense of his title. The experienced boxer, who fully felt the strength of his opponent in the first fight, tried to minimize the damage in every possible way, realizing that an open fight with Tyson would only result in heavy and painful defeat.
Combination by Tyson, and Bruno holds on.
Steve, Bruno took that left hand better than he took the first one. He seemed to adjust a little bit. He caught 2 shots there and did not react as badly as he did in the first round. Maybe the nerves and the jitters, he may be settling in.
He has no offensive desire.
In the middle of the round, Mike again hit heavily, but failed to finish the fight. Bruno began grappling with Tyson at a frequent basis in an effort to slow him down. The referee did not appreciate Frank's style, rightly punishing him with a deduction of a point.
As if it makes any difference.
Tyson's trainer, Jay Bright, said he's concerned about keeping Tyson under control of the belt. He'll be very anxious.
Anywhere.
for a nice right hand around the side of Tyson's ear, and then a left hook to the body. Didn't seem to do anything, but it was a
And
nice...
anytime, oh, here comes Tyson. Tyson with a combination with 20 seconds left in round one.
He got Bruno's attention, wobbled Bruno with that punch, and this is what I mean if he makes a mistake early.
The third round was destined to be his last. It began with Tyson's attack, which Frank stopped with a clinch, for which he received a fair note from the referee. But a few moments later, Tyson unleashed a 13-punch combination that caused referee Mills Lane to stop the fight and award Tyson the victory via technical knockout.
He's not looking for the Tyson who fought McNeely and Mathis. Here's a combination uppercut by Tyson. Tyson laying it on, pouring it on. Down goes Bruno into the ropes. And it is all over. It is all over here in round three. Mike Tyson is champion again and wins on a fifth round.
1995 was known for a high-profile event in the world of boxing. Legendary Mike Tyson returned to the ring after imprisonment. After 4 years out of the ring, the owner of a beautiful but inflated record, Peter McNeely, was chosen as the next opponent. Despite the status of a clear underdog, McNeely convinced the press that Iron Mike was no longer the same as before, and that it was now his time. The arrogant boxer claimed that he would destroy Tyson like a hurricane, and promised to shock the boxing community. Such statements evoked only a smile from those around him. The great Larry Holmes, having met McNeely at one boxing evening, jokingly asked the boxer not to destroy Mike completely, but to leave a little to him. Tyson's fight against McNeely took place on August 19, 1995. Trying to prove his words with deeds, Peter aggressively attacked his opponent after the starting gong. But the difference in power and overall skill level was incomparable. Already in the first round, Tyson twice sent the cocky opponent to the floor. After McNeely's second fall, the members of his team jumped into the ring, which, according to the rules, forced the referee to stop the fight and award victory to Tyson by disqualifying McNeely.
With McNeely on the inside.
Tyson seeming to just hang back there waiting for that one shot.
He is 1 minute gone by. McNeely's already been down.
Mills Lane said stop that nonsense because they were starting to butt heads. Oh.
Tyson with a left hook, a right uppercut. Down goes McNeely again.
Steve, he's very hurt. He can barely stand up.
They want Tyson to go to the neutral corner. What's going on?
Correct. That was not correct.
The return of the champion to the ring was more than successful and proved that he was still a formidable force in his weight category. With this, friends, we end our review. I hope you found it interesting and informative. If so, support our channel with your likes and reposts. And thanks for watching. See you all soon. Bye.